Welcome back second years once again to our class where we are continuously studying about the verb patterns. In the previous class we have started the verb pattern number 1 where we have got the two tabular columns with rows and columns where we have divided the sentence into 3 categories, and we got the subject, then we have got the linking verb, then we have the complement which could be in either in a noun, phrasal noun or the adjectives. Now in the same verb pattern we have the third one, that is the third category in the verb pattern number 1. In the third category there is actually the sentence being divided into the three columns. It could be divided. The one column has the same subject, or you can say the word with that the sentence could be used, like all the sentences where there is used. Okay, we cannot call it as a subject. We are calling the subject in middle, the subject is coming up before the you can say the sentence is starting with there. So here we have written in the column only there to make you understand that this is the main starting point of the sentence. There, then linking verb be, are, then real subject is dogs, complement of the verb in the street. There are dogs in the street. This type of sentence which starts with they got the subject in the mid of the sentence, because as I said the subject is the topic about which we discuss, about the particular thing or a person or any other topic. The main one is the subject. Here is the dogs. Who are in the street? There are dogs in the street. Here, so the sentence starts with there, linking verb is are, and real subject is dogs, and the complement of the verb is in the street. Now next is there is a lizard on the wall. I know this is one of the creepy type of the sentence which normally students don't like. So there is a lizard on the wall. There is the starting point of the sentence or starting word of the sentence, whereas the linking verb is, real subject is a lizard, and then the complement of the verb is on the wall. So the sentence is very normal. How do we write down? There are dogs in the street. But when we are dividing it into categories, then we are getting the point that it is the first word is there, are, linking verb, the dogs, the main subject, the real subject, then the complement is on the streets, like in the streets, like the same. There is a lizard on the wall, then next there was a snake in the garden. Where was the snake? What is that in this garden? There was a snake in the garden. So that is again starting with there. Then linking verb was, real subject was a snake, and the complement of the verb is in the garden. So when we are dividing, we are getting the true identity of the various parts of the sentence. Okay. Now we have got one exercise over here to fill up the blanks with by choosing that type of the format, we have certain sentences. Now the first the words being given here, or you can say the last part of the sentence or complement of the verb is here, in the forest. In the forest, second is in the sugar, third is among the members. Now first sentence, there are ants. There are ants. Okay, there is the first word, are is the linking verb, ants is the real subject. There are ants. Then what could be the answer with that related to the blank? It should be in the sugar. So we'll write down 2 here. There are ants in the sugar. Next is there was confusion. There was confusion. Now we are getting what? The third one is as among the members. There was confusion among the members. Here the subject is getting a little bit, we can say, pushed to the last. Members are the subject. Members are the subject over here. Now there is a fire. There is a fire in the forest. There is a fire in the forest. So this type of the sentences in the examination, they will give you a pattern, a verb pattern. Linking verb plus real subject plus complement of the verb. Then they will make one sentence and then you have to follow the same pattern, and then you have to frame 4 meaningful sentences on the same pattern given by the examiner in the examination paper. Okay. So with this we have completed the first verb pattern. In that we have got the 3 tabular columns, and in that 3 tabular forms we have done the exercise for the 3 varieties of the sentences, where we divide the sentence into different categories and got the exercise also done. If you remember, in the previous class we have completed 12 sentences, 6 from the tabular form and 6 we did the exercise. Now here we have done this 3 and these 3 different ways, but where the main thing is, the main word is there. The sentence starts with there. We followed this pattern here in the C category of the verb pattern 1. Now we have to move on to the verb pattern 2. This is verb pattern 2. In this verb pattern, the sentence being divided into subject and intransitive verb. Remember it out, in intransitive verb there is no need of the object. Write down in your notes also, intransitive, no object, no object needed. Okay. In intransitive verb, we don't need any object to complete the sentence. Like there is a pattern of writing sentences in English, SVO, subject, verb, object. So here subject and verb is needed, not the object. Here the first is, like, we'll read the sentence. Some people travel frequently. Here this expressions, other expressions are optional. Sometimes you can use, sometimes you cannot use. You may not, if you are not willing, you cannot use, because it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence. Just read it out without frequently. Some people travel. Some people travel. There is no need for frequently, occasionally, seldom. There is no need for that. If there is added, this is certain other expressions which can be added. But without this also the meaning can get completed. This is verb pattern 2, where we are getting the subject and the intransitive verb. Like here, the second sentence. Here take this one, dogs. Dogs bark. It's a known thing. Dogs bark, you know very well. Dogs bark when provoked. This is added. Again, this is a optional one. Dogs bark when provoked. So this is there providing the reason, even though it is not needed. So some sentences which need only the subject and the verb are the intransitive ones, that they don't need any objects or further explanations. Third is fire burns. Fire burns. Now there is no need to specify what it burns. It burns almost everything. Okay. So fire burns. This is also a complete sentence in itself, and that is known as the sentence with intransitive verb. This is the verb which doesn't need any object over here. Next, the moon rose. It is in the past tense. The moon rose. Because it is in the present tense, Fire burns. We have added S over here because fire is the third person and singular. That's why we have added S over here for making it as showing that this is a simple present tense. But here we have written rose. Rose is the past tense of rise. So there is no need to add any extra S to the past tense. Even though moon is also the third person, singular. But because it is in the past tense, we are not adding any S over here. I hope you have understood. Because for the second years, I think you people have completed your all the explanation of the tenses in your first years itself, and sometimes it happens that you need a rebrushing of your knowledge, recalling the grammar once again. That's why I have said to you that maintain a grammar notes, because this may also needed to you later on in your further classes, maybe in degree, first year, second year, whenever. So never lose the grammar notes. Separate notes to be maintained where you can write down everything. Now when I am saying it out that this is the third person singular and this is the present tense, that's why we are adding S over here. This is a third person singular, but we are using the past tense, that's why we are not adding S. So this point to be noted, and then you can remember it out while framing the sentences and while speaking as well. Now here we have certain exercise as we have already done for the other verb patterns, like verb pattern 1. Now this is for verb pattern 2. We have to do this exercise. First is some words are there given, and that you have to fill it up into these blanks. Remember it out one thing. You may feel like what is a big deal in filling up these blanks? It is not the blanks for you. They are giving you the blanks to make you a practice in framing the sentences, because in the examination they will not give you the blanks to fill up. You have to frame your own sentences. So get the pattern fixed into your mind, understood it properly, then go on filling up the blanks. Don't take it so easy that okay, this is verb pattern, I can do it out. No, you need to practice more, you need to understand, you need to get a clear view into your mind that how the sentence is being divided and what the demand of the particular verb pattern. Remember it out. Now next is, first we will go with the blank. They dash loudly. Obviously with the loudly we cannot use run or relax, so we can go for the word laugh. They laugh loudly. Next is, the birds dash on the branches. Obviously run could not come up, laugh we have already used, and now this will go for the relax. The birds relax on the branches. Once again you can check it out, the birds, it is the plural form, so we are using only relax, not relaxes. If we get this S minus, then we have to add ES over here. The bird relaxes, the birds relax. This is the difference, just keep it in mind. This is the simple form of the present tense which we have to maintain. Squirrels don't run. Squirrels don't run slowly. Now in this one you can find the format which is related to the first and the second sentence. They laugh loudly. They is the subject, laugh is the intransitive verb, and loudly is added. Added as a verb, adverb. Actually it is an adverb over here because it is describing the verb. How they laugh loudly. So this is the adverb here. But there is no need to add they laugh. We can get an idea that they laugh on anything. The birds relax can complete the sentence. The birds relax anywhere. On the branches, in the water, near the sand, on the mountain, anywhere they can. So the birds relax on the branches being given as an extra expressions, other expressions as an optional ones. Squirrels don't run slowly, again added, because the sentence is in the negative. Obviously the squirrels run very fast. So for that they have taken it as squirrels don't run slowly. So this type of the sentences, or you can say this is the exercise for your verb pattern 2. In the verb pattern 2 we have got this exercise, and the next will start with the verb pattern 3, and the same thing you have in your study materials as well as readers. Check it out. You will get the marks for writing the sentences, for framing the sentences. And why do you and have you realized that why the government has included this type of the format into your syllabus? Previously it was not there, framing of sentences, verb patterns and all, because it has become a trend among the students that they are getting good ranks, they are getting best of the marks and grades, but they can't frame a sentence properly. It had happened during the interviews that many of the students, those who are the top rankers, when they have been called up by any of the media people to say few words about their progress or about their performances and how they have scored this much good ranks and all, they couldn't able to speak properly because they have become you can say a parrot who learns, who actually go for the rote learning. They mug up all the things, but they never understand the real you can say the framing of the sentences, and the spoken English is also necessary. They never have understood. For that purpose it happens that the government wanted, or you can say it's not only the state government but everywhere they wanted the students to learn better and speak out in a good way, because you have to attend the interviews. Nobody can select you on the basis of your written exams and all. After the written exams, definitely interviews would be conducted before they are going to give you any of the jobs. And if you are showing that I have so and so degrees but I couldn't speak the language properly, then what is the use of those degrees? So for that purpose they have started this type of the syllabus and included this type of the verb patterns, especially for the intermediate students, to make them aware of this and they can get better into the language. So I hope you have understood these two in a very good way. In the next class we'll go ahead with the verb pattern 3. By the time, take care, have a nice day.